Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's Frances at All Crone Up. Today, in the park, the sunshine, I want to talk to you about looking after your future self. I just met a gentleman just now who'd had a stroke a couple of years ago, and he was paralysed down one side of his body, and then and he was out and about walking with his two German shepherds just now. We had a nice chat. And you know, he had purpose. He had reason to get up. He looked after the future by looking after himself at the present. So I don't know if that makes sense, but it was really inspirational. I've heard all kinds of ways of, you know, the ways that you can look after yourself in the future today, by eating well, by exercising, by doing good things for yourself now. There's even a really good one where I heard somebody say, you can, if you've got like a winter coat, and in the spring you put a fiver or a tenner or some kind of money, anyway, whatever you have, inside the pocket of the coat, and then put it away. And then the next winter, when you get the coat out, there you put your hand in your pocket and you go, oh look, I've got this this money that I put in for myself. So and that kind of cheers you up, and you think, oh, that's lovely. So that's a really cool thing that you can do. For example, when you have, it's exam time here in the UK, and a lot of the kids are getting all stressed. But obviously, if you look after yourself by revising, by sleeping well, by eating well during that kind of time, you know, you get better grades when the time comes to get the grades for the exams. And so we're constantly looking after ourselves in the future at the moment. But who thinks about it in that way? If you start to kind of consciously think, hold on, okay, I'm doing this for my future at the moment, what can I do to make my future the brightest that it can be? So what can I do? I can eat really nice food. I can spend time looking after my emotional self. I can exercise. I can spend time with trees. Look at this one. This is it's like a giant redwood situation. I don't think it is. I think it's a Scotch pine. Beautiful though, I think. I think it's beautiful, but I think it's a Scotch pine. Here it is. Wow. But you can do all kinds of things to make your future life better. You can learn things. If you don't know something and you think, oh, that would be a useful skill to have, up your skills, you know, find ways of learning new things that will help you for your future. Just some thinking. Some ways of thinking in a different way, because I hadn't thought about that until relatively recently, this whole concept of looking after the future self. So how do you look after your future self? That's my question to you today. Please put it down in the comments below. Yeah, and what will make your future brighter? How can you envisage a brighter future? Just stop and think, what would that look like? What would the best future look like for me? How can I make that happen? How can I make steps in order to get to that point? I suppose it's a little bit like goal setting, except goal setting can put people off, even just that way of like But this, to me, this is more like a loving way of goal setting, I suppose. It's I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this. I'm going to learn, I'm going to learn Spanish because I really would love to go to Spain and be able to speak to the people there, and that would make that experience incredible. So, I mean, it's funny things like that, but you know, just generally, I would like, if I meditate every day, that will make me calmer, and that will make my whole life more of a gentle ride. Some food for thought for today. I hope you're all well and having a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe, and please comment. I do enjoy your comments, and I answer everybody. So have the most beautiful day, lots and lots of love, and take care. Bye.